Hey guys, it is 31WinterWolf31, aka Winter, aka Wolfie, whatever you want to call me today, and today we are going to be doing a quick tip Tuesday video on ponds. So, I'm going to show you I'm actually going to show you it's going to be one pond, but I'm going to show you 4 different ways based off like what world you're doing it in. So, the pond itself that I've made is not a pond you probably want, because it's not that realistic. But it does show you like in each world like what you would want to do. So yeah, let's get into the video. So I use the pool tool to make my pond. I'm just gonna do a simple circular one. If you want it to be really realistic and not so perfect, you could probably make any tool using that custom tool. You can also use the fountain tool, but I prefer the custom uh, pool tool because then they can at least swim in if they want to. And then as for the lines, you can either usually go like a brown trim or you can do like the stone trim that I'm using now. And then the first thing you want to do is add a bunch of rocks. I tend that I tend to think that those look the cutest. You don't necessarily have to add rocks, but I think when it comes to ponds, they look better like that. And so what I'm basically doing is I'm just putting around, I'm sizing them up, I'm sizing them down. You have to use the cheats, which I will put on the screen, and then you can also size them up, which I will also put up on the screen on how to do that. And you can also change the colors a little bit on some of the rocks if you wanted to make it really realistic, because obviously a real pond might not just have the same color. And then you're definitely going to want to add some greenery. I like to use those agave, I think that's what they're called, the agave plants in the middle, but that's just my personal preference. So I've kind of done 4 different sections here for you. This left side is using the Salvadora plants from the Jungle Adventure Pack, and that's kind of how you would want to do it in there. And then you can use these lily pads and these algae things from the fountain decoration section. And the top part is more for like Newburgh or Willow. Is it called Willow Creek? I don't know. But basically all those kind of like Brindleton Bay kind of places. If you were gonna do this in Oasis, you might want to use some more cacti. This part right here that I'm doing is something you'd maybe want to do for Solani. So yeah, you kind of just want to landscape it based off of what world you're doing it in, and then you're definitely gonna want to add in some mud around the sides because obviously the land will likely be a little bit more muddy since there's water there, and you're definitely gonna want to like fade it out as you get farther away from the pond, and you definitely want to put, I think maybe a little bit lighter, um, what is it called? A lighter shade near the plants because obviously they're using the water. And then you can change the pool waters. I would definitely stick with either this like bright blue right here, not that one. Well, actually, yes, that one, or the kind of ones from Salvador are pretty nice for using. Of course, you can use the murky ones, and then if you want to be really detailed, you can go ahead and change the flooring. For at the end, you'll see that I use the sand. I think using sand or using like stone, like not perfect stone, but like something that would seem very realistic and like not paved. So those are the 2 type of tiles I would use. And then of course adding some like planting on the bottom and adding some rocks on the bottom is also just another way to really get into the details. So yeah. And then at the very end, you'll see this in the screenshots I take. You definitely want to add a bunch of stuff around the sides of it, like trees and other plants, and you definitely still want to have kind of that damp, muddy color, just more faded and light, because obviously there's not going to be a pond without no other greenery. So you'll see in some of the screenshots, I added some more greenery, and then also you'll also see some other screenshots of other ponds I've done that are a little bit either less realistic or more realistic. They tend to be a little bit more less detailed. I just wanted to go through the full thing and show you guys right now. So let's get into screenshots, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and have a good night. I will see you next time.